Yo, what's going on and what's going off? David Hasselhoff. In today's video, we're gonna cough and talk about Mr. Snarl from Magic Square, and he's probably one of the best Dinobots from their series, in my opinion. The box is beautiful, somewhat simplistic, but got these G1 grid lines in the gradient, and they're using the Stegosaurus design from the 1980s, where the hip and the tail are all off and stuff. But it is accurate to form in terms of the dinosaur that he does embody and look like from the 80s. And I'll kind of set that off to the side so we can talk about this Dinobot in earnest. And it is a really nice piece. And like I said, it's one of my favorites, and I think it's one of the best from their line, not only in terms of engineering, tolerances, aesthetics, but like everything. Um, about the engineering, it's kind of interesting in that like there are these incremental motions. You're gonna see it. It's like something doesn't just swing and it's done. You got to move this, move that, move this, move that. There's like this whole sequence about it. And what's interesting is that the instructions that they include with this toy on the official Magic Square site, they don't even follow those instructions. They go completely, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, the instructions weren't that great, but nonetheless, here he is. And you can see he has some really cool articulation built in. So he can do kind of like the Dinobot flying things. Like, and that's my flying sound. And great stuff. You can see the butterflies and stuff are all built in. Part of it is for transformation. Part of it is for aesthetics, and it's a good balance. I love the whole, like, I'm going to hold the sword behind my head and look all, like, gallant and stuff. Little bit of an eyesore there, but not the worst thing in the world. You can kind of see that armpit action. But he has a lot of good stuff, dude. You can get some deep bends. The full 90 Tanaka-san, like, I've disgraced my clan. That's pretty cool, and I can say that because I'm Asian. I've said some stuff before that some people found questionable, and I'm like, hey, I'm Asian, and they're like, all right, that's fine, dude. Like I talk about like sometimes getting stuck up on the Asian tongue where I can't say like L's and R's, and that's just how it is. Maybe it's because I'm bilingual. Anyway, look at that, man. Look how that cleans up. Even look how like this cleans up, and they're still able to get like an ankle tilt. That's cool, man. That is really cool. Doesn't get a full double bend, but I mean, I think this is more than enough. The sculpt does break up a little bit here, but you can see that there's a bend over here. There's also a twist over here, and that's part of the transformation and design. But still, very posable, very expressive. And I'm going to stick to my guns and say that, like, that, yeah, man, I think he's one of the best that they've put out. Um, I don't know which side of the fence that I've been on with respect to New Age or Magic Square. I think certain ones New Age does better, certain ones Magic Square does better, but this Snarl is certainly up there as one of their better pieces. But yeah, that transformation is a little bit weird, and I don't know, maybe we can dive into that ahorita. Is that right now? Ahorita? Let's do that. I'll be right back, Jack. All right, so we're going to transform this guy, and as I mentioned, he's one of these dudes that you got to get just right, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it just wrong because I am clumsy and I generally mess these things up. That's okay. We're going to have a little bit of fun, and so we're going to start by flipping the little hands back into the forearms, and that's pretty simple enough. I would say most of the it's not terribly bad. The legs, that's probably where I'm going to encounter a little bit of friction, but that's okay. And so this bit over here, what we're going to do is it tabs in securely on the back, and you're just going to lift this up, and you can see that tabbing mechanism right there, right? So we're going to get this out of the way. We're also going to get this out of the way as well. This bit over here, these are gap fillers that you're going to see. This crest, this spine that you see is going to be very important because one, it locks it in place, and later you're going to need you're going to need to clear it, get clearance as well. So we can kind of like, oops, didn't mean to do that. We can crack this open for now. And we can kind of pop that up, and we can get that loose. Okay. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to bring out the arms. And mind you, as I think I mentioned at the beginning of this video, because it's been 24 hours since I recorded the second part, is Magic Square, the instructions, they don't even follow this. Like their official video, this is what I'm following right now, but the instructions that are included with the toy do not follow this method, or at least the steps that I'm taking. And so this, what you're going to do is you're going to replace, maybe I'm supposed to lift this up. Yeah, there you go. You're going to do that. You're going to swap this bit. And so I guess I did need to lift it up to get the proper clearance. What's the vector? I know somebody knows that reference. I've mentioned it several times already. But we're going to do that. We're going to rotate the arm at the elbow, and then we're going to kind of bring this down. Don't worry about getting this like perfect. We're going to be playing with this a little bit later because in the event that this is not situated properly, you're going to have a hard time closing up the legs. And so just know that. And for the time being, we can kind of bring that down, and then we can kind of bring these legs down too. These have a little tabbing mechanism. So you're going to be able to tab in these things like so. There's a little bit of flex due to the vinyl that they use. And so what you're going to be able to do is bring these out, tilt this down, and lift and bring this whole thing out, and it will tab in right here. Despite this somewhat convoluted and somewhat confusing, at least in my opinion, transformation, I still contend that this is one of their better Dinobots. And yeah, because sometimes I'm just like, why'd you do it like that? Why'd you do it like that, buddy? But yeah, that looks nice and symmetric. I just like seeing that design like this. I don't know, something pleasing about the eye. And so pleasing to the eye. So this bit, we're going to kind of lift this up. What a unique piece, right? And then we're going to rotate this, and then we're going to set it back down. Now the head, I believe, twists and tilts. And so that you can bring all of this down again, have it, that red bar, we'll get to it in a second, sit between the arms, but this we're going to secure together. We're going to close all of that, and then we're going to push that in there. It's a bit of a tight fit. I don't like that unsightly gap, and you can minimize it by pressing it up as best as possible, but yeah, it's going to look something like that. Kind of look like a banana, right? Or like a piece of a jackfruit or something. Yeah. I don't know if I did this already, but the legs do need to be, or excuse me, the waist needs to be spun. I hope I got that right. Yeah. Later on, this is all going to collapse down. This whole thing is going to collapse down, and this will rest somewhere along this area. But for the time being, let's give ourselves a little bit of clearance. Okay. This is where it's going to get tricky, Ricky, so stick with me. Hey, that kind of rhymed. I do need to burp. Hold up. Damn, that was savage, and it smelled horrible. And so this bit over here, these are all locked in place. And so it does follow, to some extent, an order of operation. And so you want to start loosening these things up from the dovetail bits, and then you're going to open this up. And then from here, you're going to undo that little tab there, and bring the head out. And then you're going to twist that head around like that. And then now what you want to do is you want to, oh wait, I think it's from the bottom. There you go. You're going to open it up right there. Oops, sorry. Out of shot. You're going to open that up. This piece you are going to fold in because that was just a gap filler from earlier. And there's a lot of magic that's going to happen here right now. Excuse me. So you got to flip this out, and yo, this part is wild. You're going to get this piece, and you're going to spin it. The tolerance is very, very tight. And so just be mindful as you do that. And so you're going to spin that, which will put the leg on the outside. And there's all these little tabbing mechanisms, and I'll show you a little bit later, but for the time being, you can keep it like that. This bit is a, is a trip. This has to flip out, and it's going to go on the outside. And you're going to bring this on that little axle. You're going to bring that whole thing down, and it's a very tight fit. And you are going to fold up the foot. You'll know that the orientation is right when, see that circular bit? You can see it contoured, and it's hugging this little bar, and that's when you'll know it's correct. And then from here, we are going to tab that in like so, okay? And make sure that the head is fully out. And dude, they're doing some gardening work outside. I'm doing this during my lunch break, so if you hear that, I'm sorry, okay? So from here, you're going to untab this. This thing is plugged into the knee joint, so there you go. And as you do that, ultimately what you're doing is you're flipping this back so that this is adjacent to this, but I feel like there's something extra that you got to do. Give me 1 second while I look at this off camera. Yes, there is something a little extra that you had to do. A piece of dead skin just flew off from my head. That's great. That's gross. We're gonna untab this, and what's gonna happen is we're gonna what, dude? I just did it, bro. Yeah, you're gonna do that. Rotate and then flip. There you go. I'll show you with the other leg as well, but that's probably. I think I got everything done, and you'll see that everything is going to be able to fit in. This area is it has a tendency to like move forward. You need to have this. You need this to sit back because you need to have the proper clearance, and this is all going to come together and cascade down like that. But before we do all of that nonsense, let's work on the other leg. And I promise you, this will all come together, and there's going to be the proper clearance to do everything. But yeah, dude, it gets kind of messy right now. And the reason why I'm not fastening everything together, well, you know what? The front part, I guess I can fasten it. So make sure that that part is still down there. You want to make sure that the proper clearance is available. And if you've done everything right, all of this will kind of snap into place. And you can see, sorry, this area needs to sit under. There we go. Oh, and I forgot the head also needs to be tabbed in. Right there, that neck area. I think we got it done. That's a decent semblance, and it's going to collapse all on the back, and it's going to hide these arms as well. So let's do it one more time, Prime. We are going to start by unfastening that bit. There we go. Ow, my nail. Make sure that is untabbed. There we go. And then we've opened this bit up. Then we will bring this head out. And one more time, we will kind of open, where was it? Open up this piece over here. Close the gap filler. We can fold, bring this entire piece out. And remember that somewhat difficult piece that we have to rotate around. Oh, I'm sorry, this is supposed to be on the outside. Like that. In situations like this, I'm glad it's made of this kind of bendy, flexy plastic. And dude, gardeners are going ham outside, brah. If you hear all that, once again, apologies. And if you need to, just put this on mute and enable captions. And then we'll bring that over here. And yeah, dude, I'm always so surprised, by the way. I've mentioned this several times on my videos, but like, I don't know what it is. It's the season. Like, I've been getting a ton of negative comments on, not a ton, but more than normal. And I've just been like banning and blocking these users. But I'm just like, yo, man, what compels you to spit such vitriol and venom at somebody who's just doing a toy review? But anyway, but it seems 'tis the season. Maybe it's warm. People are agitated. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll bring this back and then rotate that around, which will allow us to do all that great stuff that we talked about a second ago. But again, you just got to make sure everything is out of the way, because otherwise you just won't have the proper clearance to do like any of this stuff. Just give me one moment to clean this up, because I don't want to waste your time and show you all this. I'm just going to align everything, okay? Just give me one moment. Okay, there. We've kind of cleaned things up, and I just want to start tabbing certain things together. There's a tab and slot right there, and there is a dovetail connection that we can connect down there. And shout out to Chevy Man, who taught me that term, dovetail. Never knew that before. There was something else that somebody, I used to call them like trapezoid tabs or something, but dovetail, yeah, that fits. We want to make sure everything's all aligned in there, and that looks about right. This section that we pulled out from the legs, that part is going to cover all of this. And so this is where you got to get all the alignment right. All of these things over here need to collapse together. And if done correctly, this will be able to tab into like that piece. This will tab in here, and that will tab in over here. But you can see there's a big gap that it needs to traverse. And so, hey, we did it right. Look at that. Now you can see everything just kind of lining up properly. And that is the magic square kind of coming together. Oops, you know, I forgot to unfold this and have that here because the front portion of this, there you go, sits in there, sits in there. Hey, we did it. I mean, granted, I did a practice run off camera, but we did it. Look at that. Look how clean that cleans up. Look how clean that cleans up. Yeah, it's redundant. Look how clean that cleans up. Clearance. All right, man, that didn't work. This bit you need to pull out. I don't know how to do it. Maybe I can use the back of the sword. But yeah. Dude, I don't know how to get that. Oops. I don't know how to get that piece out. There's a way to do it though. I promise. I promise. Oops. Leg. Came untabbed. Foot out. Ah. There we go. I just pushed it out from the back. Why didn't I do that over here? Durr. Ah. Okay. That's how, dude. He looks so campy, G1, dude. Look at this guy. The almond-shaped eyes. The perpetually unhappy mouth. Like, man. Resting glitch face, dude. And then from here, I think you had to open. I want to say this back section had to open up. Yeah, there you go. Then you can fold the foot out. Then you can fold the piece down. And there we go. And of course, the other side has to be done as well. We can flip out this piece. Bro, I'm about to lose a nail. There we go. Bring this out. I mean, it's complicated, but it's not impossible. And as long as you kind of follow the order of operations, I think you're going to get to where you want to go. There you go, G.I. Joe. That is the show. Pretty cool, huh? Look at this fortune cookie looking nugget, dude. He's dope. He's dope. So G1, so cartoon accurate. Like the hump, the silhouette, it's just perfect. It's just perfect, actually. And yeah, man, I do wish the sword, not necessarily store somewhere, because like you can like plug it in here, but I think obviously it would look better if he had some type of like flame effect or blast effect, right? Which I don't think he comes with. I don't really mind that there's no sword storage. I mean, I think just having this kind of clean aesthetic, and you hear that, like when you hear it bang on the plastic, you can hear the vinyl material kind of punching through. And oops, these kind of came undone. They also have dovetail little things, but these have a tendency to kind of collapse in on themselves. Yeah, he does look like he's wearing capri pants, but he always kind of has done that. And the legs have decent range of motion and articulation. You can go like splat, like he hit the windshield or something. And the head can like cock as well, like, huh? The tail doesn't move. It's pretty immobile, but it is what it is. Yeah. Anyway, yum, 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 yum. That has been the transformation for the official Magic Square version of Snarl, which I contend is still one of their better, if not best, Dinobots to date. If you're interested in this product and you want to help the channel out, please check out tfsafari.com for all of your Transformers needs, and I will talk to you in the next one. Okay?